Jack.
Murdoch, you're going through town. I better send a couple men with you.
If anyone wants to take a shot at me, a couple of men, more or less, won't stop them. Open the gate.
And murder. I don't understand it. We've never had trouble like this at the mine before.
How deeply involved are we?
Enough to get hurt. 10,000 shares.
Well, then why don't we sell out?
Because since the strike, we wouldn't be able to get anywhere near their market value.
If the governor had any guts, he'd move the troops in up there.
Now, wait a minute.
They're destroying private property.
Troops aren't the answer.
Well, what is the answer?
Nick, why don't you ride up there as soon as possible and find out what it's all about?
Tomorrow morning.
Better let me. Sounds like my kind of job.
Well, what makes you say that?
Oh, I've seen the elephant and heard the owl, brother. You haven't. Worked in the mines, remember? I'll leave in the morning, Jared.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Keith is right.
Nick, what do you say?
Well, I got other things to do.
All right, then that settles it. Heath, when you get up there, talk to Colin Murdoch. He's been superintendent of the mine since it opened. He'll be able to give you a good picture of what's going on.
Right.
And Heath, remember, you'll be representing management, and management seems to be a walking target right now. You watch yourself.
Yeah.
Drink, whatever you got to eat, and a room for the night.
I'm closed.
You don't look closed. Now, I've ridden a long stretch. And I'm tired, and I'm hungry, and I'm thirsty. Now, when a man feels like that, he gets irritable. Gets annoyed at little things.
I don't want no trouble, mister.
No trouble. Just a room, a drink, and something to eat.
Make it 2, Newton.
Shut up.
Gentlemen won't mind buying a lady a drink.
Beat it.
Oh, let a girl make her rent, will you, Newton?
Well, I can't feed you. There's nothing prepared in the house.
He lies in his teeth. There's a whole leg of cold mutton lying in his cooler.
I told you to shut your mouth. Now I'll set it free.
You stand back, you dirty
Now,
man.
dear
I'll
girl,
brain
put
you.
it down, dear girl. It's
Brain ya.
the only decent drop in the house.
Let's have the mutton.
It's a fine thing. A man can't call his house his own.
Who asked you to butt in? I can fight my own battles.
Sure you can.
Another second, I'd have that big slob laid out with the whiskey and glass oozing out of his ears.
Well, now, you heard what the man said. You wouldn't want to waste the last decent drop of whiskey in the house now, would you?
Hey, you talk good sense. To your health.
And yours.
Are you planning to spend the night?
Planning on it?
We asked Newton for the key to number 8. It's the best room in the house. I know for a fact the sheets was changed only a week ago. Ain't hardly been slept in since. And don't let him tell you there isn't any room.
Now, you're not going to spend the night.
Now, why can't he spend the night?
I don't want any trouble in my place. You wait till himself hears about this.
Ah, the back of me front to himself and you too.
Look, you don't want to spend the night in a place like this. I own it, and I wouldn't stay here if I had any choice in the matter. Look, the beds are hard, and the bugs, you know.
Oh, terrible bugs. Big enough to throw a man out in the street and leave him there to be eaten at their leisure.
Let's have a key.
It's only 9 miles down the road to Sonora.
Oh, it's a grand town, with a decent hotel.
And girls. Ah, they got the finest bits of fluff in the motherlode country down there in Sonora.
Number 8 key. I'll eat in my room.
All right. You heard what I said to him. I tried to make him move on, didn't I? Well, didn't I?
Surprise, surprise.
What are you doing here?
Well, I thought you might like a nightcap. So I brought up the bottle.
That's all? What's your name?
Bridie.
Bridie what?
Bridie Hanrahan.
Go ahead, help yourself. How old are you, Bridie?
Oh, no. I didn't come up to give you pedigree.
Well, I suppose not. 18? 19?
Why, aren't you going to drink with me?
How much do you make off a bottle, Bridie?
Oh, you're a wise one. I make $1. That's 10. What's it for?
Information.
That's a dirty word around here. What are you, a company spy?
Nope.
That's what they think downstairs.
Why?
Well, you're a stranger. If I was to tell them you was asking for information, they'd have you dead as a mackerel before the night was out.
Will you tell them?
Or should I? They ain't paying me nothing.
Who's himself?
You can put your money away. I'm the sole support of my old father, and I can't afford to be killed.
What does $20 mean to you, Bridie?
The rent paid, food in the house, and no need to be doing this for at least a month.
Who's himself?
O'Doul.
O'Doul. Can you pass the word to him that I'd like to see him?
What for?
Just get word to him.
What, is that all you want?
That's all, Bridie.
You're a strange one. I suppose a gentleman like yourself can't be bothered with the likes of me. Well, you ain't so much. I hope O'Doul cuts your heart out.
Give us a penny, mister. Come on, mister, be a sport. Give us a penny. That's mine.
Your good deed for the day, son.
Come in.
Mr. Murdoch, I am Heath Barkley from Stockton.
Oh, Mr. Barkley. Always a pleasure to see one of the family up here. Sit down, sir.
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
It's about the troubles you've had up here.
Now, the work of a few vicious malcontents.
You've been shut down for weeks.
I know, Mr. Barkley. But I've been in constant communication with Mr. Hummel since he took over management of the company. We've been working on the problem.
Have you tried talking to the men?
Well, there's no talking to them. They're demanding the sky. New housing, elimination of the company store. Things that have nothing to do with reasonable requests.
Is that why they went on strike?
Well, I told Mr. Hummel it wasn't the right time to cut wages.
Is that why they went on strike? Because you cut wages? Why? This is a producing mine. There's ore in sight for another 10 years.
And then what? A dead hole in the ground with nothing in it? Mr. Barkley, every penny I have in the world is tied up in 5,000 shares of Barkley Sierra. Every penny. I deserve to get whatever profit I can.
And what about the people who work for you in that mine?
Don't expect me to show any feelings for the murderers who gave me this.
Then what about your own interests? Your shares are losing value while that mine is shut down.
I have complete confidence in the company management. In fact, I've given Mr. Hummel my proxy to vote my shares. He assures me the mine will be open in a week.
How? The only way you'll open that mine is by using strikebreakers. Is that what you're up to?
Mr. Hummel feels it's the only way. He assures me the Chinese are a docile and industrious people who will work cheaply.
You're bringing in Chinese. You do that and you'll pull the cork on more trouble than you or Mr. Hummel can handle. Good day, Mr. Murdoch.